Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you my collection of rings that I have from JTV, Jewelry Television. I considered these all to be fine jewelry but affordable luxuries because the vast majority of them are jeweler's metals like sterling silver, plated in rhodium or yellow gold. So they're fine quality metals, and then the majority of them are also natural gemstones. So JTV has, I would say, the best thing they do is rings. It's also one of the things I don't buy as often anymore because my finger sizes do vary. During the beginning of COVID, I think we all gained a little bit of weight, so my finger size went up, and now I'm trying to lose the weight, so they're going down. And so there are ways that you can buy some ring sizers, you know, if you're in between sizes or if you have a ring that's too big. I can try to link some down in the information bar, but in general I will say I've slowed down on buying rings as much and focus more on earrings and necklaces and bracelets. But I do have a good ring collection, and rings are a great place to start with JTV, I think, because there are so many different kinds. They're inexpensive, you know, and you can move them around your fingers too if the sizes change. But in any case, I have this ring box here. I don't know how many slots there are, but it's not entirely filled by JTV rings. There's also some non-JTV rings, and then I have some of my studs, and this is my wedding band, but some of my studs and stuff that I like to keep with everything. So I thought I would just go through, kind of give you an overview of the brand, the metal, the gemstones, etc. And you might find this interesting. I like seeing them all together and going through them, and I probably should be doing this with a polishing cloth, but maybe I'll find some time to do that later. But let's get started. So we're going to start up here. These are two from the Moda al Massimo line at JTV. So Moda al Massimo is made in Italy with jeweler's bronze. So instead of sterling silver or brass sometimes is used with jewelry, but this is bronze underneath, and then it's plated in 18 karat gold. This one I think is special. It's a unique shape. It's really interesting, but it also has Bella Luce crystals. So those are little perfect CZ crystals, super sparkly. I mean, it's kind of a funky shape. I do wear it often, but sometimes I look down and I'm like, that's not, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But if I continue to lose weight, then I can wear it kind of on a middle finger or something. I think that would be pretty, but it's just very unique. It's one of my first pieces from the Moda al Massimo line that I bought. I don't think this is available anymore, but you never know. It's super shiny. The gold is really pretty. It's 18 karat, which is not my favorite color. I really prefer the 14 karat gold. Now, even if you had two 14 karat gold pieces next to each other, they could potentially have different hues because of, even though they're 14 karat gold, so it's that percentage of gold, the alloys, so the other metals that are mixed with it could be different. Like the recipe based on the designer and the manufacturer could be different. But this ring is 14 karat gold, and I always kind of use this as a benchmark for my absolute favorite gold color. And then again, this one is 18 karat gold, so it is yellower, but I think it's beautiful. I think it's rich looking. And I love it with the little Bella Luce crystals. And sometimes people get nervous with the smaller crystals, and if they'll come out or whatever, but I've been very lucky with this, and I have worn this a lot because I wear a lot of my Moda al Massimo pieces. I like the simplicity of the necklaces a lot, and then they have great hoops. So I'm always having to try not to wear Moda every day. But it's just kind of makes me feel grown up and fancy. This is another one. This one I had been eyeing for a very long time, and I was kind of disappointed with it, but not disappointed enough to kind of get rid of it or to send it back. It is, I don't know what I was expecting exactly. I don't love the puffiness of it, how it kind of puffs out, but it's not bad. It kind of has a perforated look to it. I don't know if you can see underneath, but it is actually perforated. This is a sizing band, I guess, in case you needed to get it sized, but I don't buy any of my rings with the intention of sizing them, because if they're sterling silver, I don't know a jeweler that does that. It's not to say they don't, but I don't know one. So if I'm going to buy a ring, I buy it big, so I can wear a sizer with it. But they do sometimes, the hosts will say this is a great option, you know, if you do need to get it sized. I try to avoid that, you know, if at all possible. But this is another one that you can kind of move around if and when it fits different fingers. So those are two of my Moda al Massimo pieces, rings. This one is kind of similar. This is sterling silver with 18 karat gold over, and then the stones are teeny black spinel. And this is, I think, my first black spinel piece that I got at JTV. And I have, so in addition to JTV, I love jewelry from HSN, and they have a Bellezza line, which is similar to the Moda al Massimo line at JTV. So made in Italy, bronze jewelry with 18 karat gold over. So I have some gold and black spinel pieces from Bellezza. So I bought this ring because I thought that it would go well together, and it does. It's great. It can be kind of like a wedding band replacement, or, you know, just something when you're wearing gold or when you're wearing black spinel. And I like how it sparkles. I think it's classic. And again, like these little pave set black spinel crystals are holding up really well. I've been really pleased with it. And this was super affordable. I think this is a pretty classic piece. I wouldn't be surprised if it's still available, but really affordable. So then let's go into my Artisan collection of Bali rings. And I knew I did forget one because I have an Artisan of India ring that's not in here. So I knew I was forgetting something, but these rings are all from Artisan of Bali. So they are sterling silver, handcrafted in Bali. The newer pieces have a coating that resists tarnishing because the finish on these is high polish, but then there's some like oxidation on them, and that's part of it. But in general, some of these pieces, they will get a little tarnished, and then you just buff them with a polishing cloth, and they're wonderful. So this one is a Madeira citrine, and I think this is the craziest one. I couldn't believe it when I saw this because Madeira citrine is usually orange, and this definitely is. Do I have any other citrine? Like this is a citrine. These little accent stones are citrine, but this is Madeira citrine. So sometimes Madeira is honey-ish or orange. This one is so red. This is actually, and it's teeny tiny, this is not from JTV, but this is actually a red garnet that I have. And so when I first got this stone from the Artisan of Bali collection, I couldn't believe how similar it was to a red garnet. It's just beautiful, and I love the styling of it. It's unique in that I don't have a lot of rectangular stones like that. And later on, after I got this one, she came out with, the Artisan came out with one with a rounded stone. And I kept going back and forth, you know, if I wanted to maybe sell this one and get the rounded one, because that's kind of more classic. But I really like this, and it's so easy to wear. It's just really comfortable. And the Artisan of Bali pieces, I have another video of that, but they are so luxurious because they're all handmade, and then you somehow get them for under $100. So I don't know how that happens, but I'm very grateful for it. They're just really special. So let me put that back. This one is kind of a fun one. A lot of the Artisan of Bali pieces have, put it on my pinky, have animals on them, and I'm not a huge animal person, but I bought this one because it's sterling silver, and let me show you what it is. This is a size 6, I want to say. So a lot of times you'll find clearance that are like the smaller sizes, like 4, 5, 6, or the larger sizes like 11, 12. This I got because my son, who is almost 5, he had been going to a lot of birthday parties where they had the cupcakes with the like little plastic rings on them. And so he had a collection of plastic rings that he just like would have fun with and play with. And so I saw, I mean, shows how much of a shopper I am, but I saw this on clearance for, it was probably under $30, I think it was. And my son's favorite color is green. So the two stones are green chrome diopside, and there's a little frog, and my son loves frogs because frogs are green. And the frog is actually on a lily pad, and my daughter's name is Lily. So it was like 20 something dollars. It was like the last one in stock, and I was like in a weird mood that I was buying my son my 4-year-old son jewelry from JTV, but that's what I did. So for a while he would wear them or play with them. He likes to like collect things and carry them around, but I got tired of, just seeing them randomly. So I put it in my collection, and maybe one day I'll give it back to him or give it to my daughter, or just use, have it as a piece of art. So that's that one. This one has a special story as well. So this one I bought because it was on super clearance as well. But I want to say in the beginning of like this quarantine stuff in 2020, I had started watching the Medici series. So it's a 3-season series, and I think it's on Netflix. And I just started getting a lot of like jewelry inspiration from them, like pearl drop earrings and natural shaped pearls and stuff like that, because it's set in Florence, and then at one point they go to Venice. And so I think because Venice is on the sea, that's where the pearl influence comes in. But they would have those, I don't know if they're called signet rings, but they would have those rings that you would like press as a seal. So I saw this again as a crazy deal, and I just loved it. And I really, really love it. It's surprisingly comfortable. I mean, I don't wear it a ton because it's obviously a statement piece, but it's gorgeous. It's like a work of art. I think eventually, how like in some stores they have like plastic hands where they would like show jewelry. I almost think maybe one day some of my bigger pieces I'll get and a hand like that and just kind of display them as art. But I love this ring. My husband, when he saw it, he thought it was way too big. He thought I'd never wear it. But I was like, I'm not getting rid of it, because look at that. That's all silver threading that someone put together. It's just so beautiful. So that's another one from Artisan of Bali. I have 2 more, and these are probably the 2 that I wear the most, although I really like that citrine one. This is just the plain sterling silver one. It's like a 3-stone design, or a 3-band design, but then this one that overlaps has such beautiful filigree work. This goes with everything. I mean, if I'm wearing silver jewelry with stones, this goes with it. If I'm wearing all Bali, this goes with it. I love, love, love this ring. And it's another one that I can kind of move around. This is my left hand, which is usually on the smaller side than my right hand, but I just absolutely adore this ring. It's a workhorse for sure. And then this ring is special as well, because it is, these are Swiss blue topaz, I believe, and then it's a bi-pastel ring. I love this color. I have a lot of turquoise and teals, so I love this color, but then I also love the dragonflies on the side. It's just a personal kind of story, and I don't want to tell a story for everything, but it reminds me of my son, the little dragonflies on the side. So in addition, I think it's just, classic ring. I can wear it on both hands. I mostly wear my rings on my right hand because I have my wedding band on this hand, but it's just beautiful. The color is beautiful. It's great quality. It's special. And one great thing about bi-press rings is you can kind of smush them together or pull them gently apart if you need to. So that's kind of a way that you can adjust sizing. Here is an Artisan of Ireland ring. I think this is my only Artisan of Ireland ring. I mentioned HSN and the Bellezza collection. So the reason I love that collection is because they use retired lira coins. So back, when before the euro, before the countries under the European Union, mostly all of them transferred to the euro, they all had their own currency. And so what the Bellezza line did was take a lot of those lira that are out of circulation and make jewelry with them. And this is, I don't know if it says what it is, but this is a real out of circulation Irish coin. And I do love 4th of July. I am so fortunate that I've been to a lot of places like Italy and Ireland. I said I love 4th of July. I do love St. Patrick's Day because it reminds me of the times that I spend in Ireland. And I think sometimes it's nice to have like a little good fortune thing. So my idea with this is it's kind of like a lucky coin that I can rub, if I have a presentation or a job interview or something like that. But it's very artisan looking with the sterling silver and then the copper penny, but it's really cool. It's really unique. I really like it. It's comfortable too, which is nice. Then I have a bunch of, then I have a bunch of Bella Luce pieces. So Bella Luce is the CZ line at JTV. And in addition to just Bella Luce, just a regular line, which one of the great things about Bella Luce is that they come up with new things all the time, and they're really great at keeping in fashion and keeping up with the styles. It's something JTV does really well. So Bella Luce is when you're looking for, CZ crystals. This one is just a unique setting of them. I liked the shape of it. I don't have anything like it. It's kind of almost like a marquee, but then it's made up of little tinier pieces, and it's really comfortable, really sparkly. This one I originally bought as a alternative wedding band, like if I was traveling or something. I don't love it so much as that. It's princess cut, which it doesn't sparkle very much, but it is nice and comfortable, if I don't want to wear my wedding band. But generally I'd rather wear my wedding band than wear this, so I might play around with that. But in addition to just the regular Bella Luce line, they also have some special designer lines. So this one is probably my favorite of the designer Bella Luce lines. It's from the Vanna K line. So this is, if you look up Vanna K by Bella Luce, I believe, or Vanna K for Bella Luce. Her designs are just impeccable. They're gorgeous. And so these are perfect little crystals on a beautiful band with mill graining. I don't know if you can see it, but the detail and everything she does is amazing. And this is like a size 9, I think. So I bought it as a thumb ring, and now it's kind of big. I don't know. We'll have to play around with that. But I do love it as like to stack with, or it is fun for a thumb ring. So there's that. And then these are two from an old collection. I think it's Remy Rotenay. It's a French designer. And his pieces, from what I could tell, because there's not a lot left, are kind of architectural and really special. One thing that's super special about his pieces, if you look them up, they all start with RRB. So if you go to JTV and you just type in RRB, whatever pieces of his are left, if there are any, might come up. But they all have a corresponding drawing, which I just think is so cool, so artistic. So I've saved the pictures of the drawings that I have, of the rings that I have, excuse me. So this is a huge Bella Luce stone with a kind of architectural design. This one I wore every day for 2 months because I wanted to see how the 18 karat gold wore, and it's worn really well. I mean, it's got scratches on it because I wore it for that long, but you can't even see the silver through the scratches, so I'm really happy with this. It is kind of an interesting setting, and the stone, I can hear it wiggle, but it's never fallen out, and like I said, I wore it for 2 months straight. And then this is another one of my alternative wedding bands, which is funny because I love my wedding band, so I don't often swap it out, but it's a really thick one, so I had to wait until my puffiness kind of went down. But it's beautiful. It's 18 karat gold over the sterling silver. It has the little Bella Luce crystals, but the reason I had to get this, even if it wasn't in my size or even if I never wore it, was because you open it up and it says Je t'aime, which is French for I love you, and then it has a little synthetic ruby. So I mean, anything French I need, so especially something like this. So I do actually wear it as an alternate wedding band, and I like it a lot. I think it's very European. I feel like if I were to travel to France, I would see kind of larger bands like this, and not a huge hunkin' diamond, but I just love it. I'm so happy I have it. I'm so happy I got it before it was gone. So let's see. So next I have one of my favorite, all these are almost my favorite. I love this one because I think it's almost David Yurman inspired again. I did a video on this ring here that reminds me of David Yurman, not necessarily for the styling, but for the shape of the stone. But this is labradorite, and labradorite is in the feldspar family, and another stone in the feldspar family is moonstone. And so I just love these guys. I love these stones. This labradorite is so special to me. Look at that. And I believe it's all natural. So it's just a statement piece, super comfortable, makes me feel fancy. Jewelry can just be so magical, and to think that this is all natural and comes from the earth, it's so cool to me. I love this. And I have a pretty large pendant to go with it. So that's kind of my set there. So this one is a unique stone that I had never heard of before, JTV. This is it's called strontium titanate, also called fabulite. So it's a synthetic stone that mimics the diamond, mimics that kind of diamond, moissanite, CZ kind of thing, but it sparkles more than all of them. Like the sparkle is actually measured as more than all of those. It's not as strong as a diamond or moissanite, but it's beautiful. And this setting is common with rings at JTV, and so I kind of wanted something like it because it kind of reminds me of Art Deco times, like almost like you would see a rose cut ring in it, or rose cut stone, excuse me. But so then when I saw it with the fabulite and I wanted to try it, I just had to have it. I'll try to get a video or something of it later sparkling, but it is so beautiful. I love wearing this out in the sun. It's really special. All right, so then we move on to my Sleeping Beauty turquoise, and I think these I'll just kind of go a little faster. I would say the most, I've bought from JTV, the most stones I bought of the same stones are pearls and then Sleeping Beauty turquoise. This was my first Sleeping Beauty turquoise from JTV, and it's kind of funny to see the variations. These are all Sleeping Beauty turquoise, but they're all slightly different. So dark, kind of this more even mid-tone, and then some of the lighter ones. But this one is the only one that has a brand. This is from the Teya Oyama line, and I love that it's an oval. I love that it's set in yellow gold. The prongs are a little bit big for my liking, but it's so comfortable. I don't even worry about the prongs. I don't even know why I noticed that, or why I said that. And kind of when you have a lot of similar rings, you gotta, have something different about them. So I love the yellow gold, and I love how kind of classic solitaire that is. Then I have, of course, this big honkin rectangle cut, which is now a little bit too big, but I can move it around my finger. And then these two actually have corresponding pieces. So I have a necklace that goes along with this. So this is Sleeping Beauty turquoise with London blue topaz in this really antique-y vintage feel. And then this is Sleeping Beauty turquoise with pearls. And I have a matching necklace that goes with that as well. So I just think they're so special. I love turquoise. I think it looks great on any skin tone. Makes me happy. I love teal. Teal's my favorite color, so that's the reason I have so much. Now this one is another Vanique piece, but it does have, so this is the Vanique for Bella Luce, and this is sterling silver, 18 karat gold, CZ crystals, but then it has a faux black, I guess, Tahitian pearl, and then a faux white pearl. And again, it's a crossover style, so I can kind of bend it gently and move it around. I love it. I think it's so classy. I love this piece. I'm so glad I have it. At first I was worried because I was like, I have so many real pearls, am I going to like the faux pearls? And I really think it's so classy, and it's a great ring. This is a genuine pearl. There's something funny about it. I don't know. I think it's like a weird, it almost reminds me like a little bunch of eggs or something, but I think it's so pretty and dainty, and it's also really comfortable. So I just love this ring. So there's that. This is one of my favorites. This is White South Sea Mother of Pearl. And I just think, I love wearing my mother of pearl with moonstone. I have a big Artisan of India moonstone ring that I forgot, but moonstone is and mother of pearl go really well together because they're kind of magical and they have that iridescence. So I love this one. I waited a while to get this. I had admired it for a while, but I finally did, and then it's trimmed in white zircon, and it's just so comfortable, and I sometimes wear this as an alternate wedding band. Next up, this is a really cool one. This was my first London blue topaz. I love teal, so I knew it was only a matter of time that I got a London blue topaz ring, but these little guys are lab alexandrite, so they do change color, which is really cool. Right now they look kind of purpley, but they can look red, they can look green, and I just love the styling of this ring and the fact that it's a London Blue Topaz, but then I can get lost staring at the accent stones. It's really cool. This is another one of my favorites. I mean, obviously they're all my favorites, and I'm trying to go a little fast because I don't want this to take forever, but this is black enamel. Enamel always makes me think of Hermes, if you know the enamel bracelets, and then a panther makes me think of Cartier. So this is kind of like my French, I want to look rich, but I don't have the money kind of thing. So it's a panther with black enamel as well, and zircon on him. And it, again, super comfortable. Rings need to be comfortable, you know what I mean? And that's another thing that JTV gets amazingly well is, you know, they give you such a variety, but they're also comfortable. They're durable because I do wear them and knock them against things. So I just love this. I love the detail, the mill graining on the edges. I'm so glad. A lot of these I got when they were like being retired or on super clearance, and I'm so glad I got them. This is another artisan collection. This is Artisan Collection of Morocco. It's my only one from Morocco. And this is enamel. So you can see here's shiny black enamel, and then here is multicolored enamel. I don't know if this is steel. I think the ring might be made in steel, but it's just fun and exotic and comfortable and colorful but muted. So I love this piece. I love the Morocco collection. I don't have many at all, but I like watching it and learning about it. Morocco is a French-speaking country, so one day I would love to go there. Okay, so this is a kunzite. So kunzite is my favorite pink stone. I like it better than morganite, but kunzite is delicate in that it can fade. So I always make sure that I cover the boxes that they're in, so like direct light is not always on it. But it's so beautiful. It's like a true pink. It's not a peachy pink like morganite is. And this one is a little big. This one I got on a super crazy deal. It's a little big. It's a huge stone, but it's comfortable, and I move it around to whatever finger it fits on just because I love it so much. And I have earrings that somewhat match it. Over here was kind of my most recent disappointment. So my son is an aquamarine baby. He's born in March. And so I've been wanting to get an aquamarine faceted stone because I have a lot of rough stones or like semi-polished stones or cabochons, and aqua can look really pretty like that, but when it's faceted, it needs to like be really good quality or else it's pretty light. This is actually coming off pretty true to color, but it almost could be mistaken for diamond, and obviously that's not what you want when you get aquamarine. You want it to look blue, but I mean, it is what it is. I also love the zircon accent, so this is kind of like a really cool ring to me. But yeah, so that's kind of my birthstone for my son. This was my first Ethiopian opal purchase. Ethiopian opals are so special. Like, I love Australian opals, I'll say that. I love the color. They look just like magic. And I like the durability because those are never just plain. They always are capped in a doublet or a triplet form. Ethiopian opals are not treated. They're not capped. They're just like polished. But these are susceptible to damage by water. So because we've all been washing our hands for a year, you know, how many times a day for a year. But I had washed my hands and it just like lost all of its color and it just looked kind of murky and yellow. But I only did that once, so the color came back. But I just think moonstone's so pretty. Or excuse me, this is not moonstone, this is Ethiopian opal. And it's kind of a fun one to stack with different things or if I'm wearing a lot of rings. I'll go quickly through this one. London Blue Topaz 5-stone ring. London Blue is obviously one of my favorite colors. Simple, easy to stack with. Sometimes I'll stack it with my wedding band just to kind of change it up and make it fun. This is one of my favorite rings. It's Tanzanite. It's a very light colored Tanzanite, but look at it. I mean, it's just so pretty. And a lot of it has to do with just this ring style. I think this ring style, when I first saw it, it reminded me of a crown. And I love Tanzanite. I think it's beautiful. And I love this periwinkle color. So like I said, this is a great buy. I see this all the time for like $39.99. This is a beautiful stone for sterling silver, rhodium plated, all the detail, and then to have Tanzanite in the middle. I feel like everyone needs this ring. And I'm glad that they still have it. This one's kind of fun. At one point in time, Moda al Massimo had I can't remember the exact name of this, but it's glass in the style of Murano glass. I'm not sure if it's actually made in Murano. I know it was made in Italy, but I'm not sure if it was made in Murano. But Murano is an island by Venice where they do glass blowing. So it's known around the world for glass blowing. And so this ring is either in the style of, or it might be made in Murano. I bought it on eBay for a really great price. It's like a size 6, so it's teeny tiny, and it's another one that's going to go on that kind of plastic hand as artwork. But I love it. I just love it. And it has really pretty markings, and you can see the different ways of gold. I went to Venice, so I had gone to Venice, but it was a kind of stressful trip and it was expensive. So a lot of times when I'm in Europe, I don't want to spend more money because I know how much I spent to get there. But then I come back and I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have spent some money there on a souvenir. So a lot of times that happens where I come back and then I find a souvenir. And this one happened to be on eBay and it happened to be a really great deal and I love it. All right, this is a kunzite as well, but it's a cabochon. And so you can see the kind of quote unquote imperfections of it, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. It has matching earrings, but here, so these are kunzite. One's faceted and one is cabochon. I don't know if this will fade like faceted kunzite will, but I'm careful with it as well. And you can see this one, my newest pieces, because I have not worn it yet. This is one of my favorite pieces, like I said about everything. This is red spinel from Myanmar or Burma. So red spinel is really special because I like it better than ruby. So this is a ruby ring. It's not cleaned. And this is a garnet ring. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but red spinel just kind of glows. I first saw it in a ruby ring. It was red spinel accents, and I was just transfixed by the red spinel. So I'm always on the hunt for red spinel. I love it. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. It's great for Christmas time. It's great for fall. But it's just unique and special. And so it's probably my favorite, one of my favorite stones. Can't say it's my favorite, but it's just really special. And I comfortable ring, cool, unique style. You don't see red spinel in large pieces usually, which is why I bought this, because I think the entire quantity on JTV is small. And I have a pendant that's 1 carat, and that's kind of the largest I've ever seen that's affordable. So I'm growing a little red spinel collection. I move this up. This one I've never worn either. I honestly was going to return it, and then it was such a good deal and unique, and so I just kept it. It's kind of like a Thanksgiving. I feel like I could wear it for Thanksgiving, but this is Hessonite garnet. So again, with my red garnet ring, this is just your regular red, and then Hessonite is a little bit more orange, but it's a little cloudy. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that, but on the sides of it, which kind of fade into the yellow gold, this is Andalusite. So Andalusite is a really uncommon stone, kind of like my accent stones of the Lab Alexandrite on my other ring. So it was really affordable. It was a great deal. And then it was like, do I want to return it, or do I just want to have a pretty unique ring that I'll put on that plastic hand as decoration? So that's why I kept that one. This is another, so obviously you can see I love the bypass styling of rings. I love it because you can kind of adjust them. So here are those two that I showed you before. This is mother of pearl, and I can't remember if it's just regular mother of pearl or if it's white South Sea mother of pearl. I want to say it's regular, but I love this ring. I wear a lot of pearl. So this, you just throw it on. You can wear this with moonstone, like I said before. Love, 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 absolutely love this ring. It's amazing. It's so magical. I love this ring. Everyone needs this ring as well, and I think this is common. I would say everyone needs this ring and everyone needs this ring. Those are the ones I would say. This Ethiopian opal is also really nice too, because it's like 20 bucks. All right, this is one of the, we're getting to the end. This is one of my first rings I ever bought from JTV. This is yellow labradorite. So it's labradorite without the, what would you call it? Like the labradorescence or the special kind of shift, because this is labradorite as well. This is gray labradorite as well, but this is labradorite that doesn't have that kind of magical shift to it, and then they can treat it so it changes color. So this is yellow labradorite. It's really pretty. It's surrounded by citrine, so it's not as warm as a citrine. It's almost like a green tint, but it's really like a clear yellow. It's beautiful, and obviously this is a great statement piece. And I think it has some diamond accents as well, but look at just how like beautiful and luxurious that is. And I mean, this, it looks like costume, it looks like, you know, this could be a whole box of costume jewelry, but this is genuine gemstones, affordable. It's great. I just love that you can get, you know, genuine gemstones like this from JTV. There is, I believe, a necklace that goes with this. I haven't bought that yet. This is one of probably my more expensive ones. So this is Grape Garnet, which JTV is really, I think, the only place I've seen that quasi Grape Garnet, but it's beautiful. So again, if we want to look at, this is the Madeira citrine that I said looks a lot like red garnet. So Grape Garnet is beautiful. It's like amethyst, but richer. I don't know, because garnet is such a pretty stone. And there's so many different kinds of garnet. And I'm missing something else, because I have a rhodolite garnet, and that's like a pinkier garnet, but this is, yeah, this is Grape Garnet. Love, love, love. They only set Grape Garnet in gold at JTV, and it's in 10 karat gold. And this is my first marquee shape ring, and I just think it's so fun. I love it. Alrighty. So here is another Bella Luce piece. This is Bella Luce Morganite, and set in red rose gold over sterling silver with Bella Luce crystals. I love this ring. I love the low profile. I love how pretty it is. I love how classic it is. I love how comfortable it is. Perfection, perfection, perfection. This is a set that I don't wear hardly ever. But, oops. It is green onyx in 18 karat yellow gold over sterling, rose quartz in 18 karat rose gold over sterling, and for some reason this ring is so annoying and the rose gold always tarnishes, and then it's blue chalcedony and rhodium over sterling silver. So it's kind of a little trio. I think I prefer them individually, but most of the time, like before COVID and everything, I used to wear rings, you know, on almost every finger, but now I usually just wear my wedding band and one on my right hand. But if I ever go back to like really decking myself out with the rings, I will go back to using more of these guys. Then I have two more green onyx. So onyx, I don't know what color it is naturally, but there's black onyx and there's pink onyx, and then I love the green onyx. I just think it's really pretty, but this is not how it naturally comes. But I like this little filigree style with I love it faceted with the checkerboard faceting. I think it's so cool. And then this is a cabochon with, this is another one that I think I bought inspired by the Medici TV show, because I feel like they would have something like that. Love green onyx. All right, this is my one and only iolite. And iolite I think is so cool. It's a purple blue. So Tanzanite is a purple blue too, but I want to say, I think Tanzanite is more of a blue. Iolite's more of a purple. But then there's some shift. Iolite is darker. It leans more dark. I don't know. It's really cool and it's really unique, and it doesn't match. I mean, it's not amethyst, but it's just iolite, and it's cool. I like wearing it with just kind of simple outfits, and just I like the styling. I like it. It was a great deal. There's my iolite. This is a Bella Luce Tanzanite ring, which I think is always fun to have because it's kind of the perfect Tanzanite color that would cost millions, maybe not millions, but tons and tons of money, with 18 karat gold yellow over, which is worn really well. beautiful. I think it looks so expensive, but it's Belle Luce, so it was like 30 bucks. And last but not least, this is Moroccan amethyst. I love this ring. There's something about it. So the weird story, I can't find my amethyst pieces. I can find this, and I can find a pair of light amethyst earrings, but I have 2 amethyst necklaces, an amethyst bead necklace, an amethyst bracelet. I don't know if I'm missing anything else, but I have everything besides this guy in probably a jewelry pouch somewhere. So I can't show you the varieties among the amethyst, but most amethyst comes from Africa or Brazil, I think, and Morocco is in Africa, but Moroccan amethyst is its own thing, and it's slightly different. It's so bright. It's just bright to me. And so when I can find my other amethyst pieces, I will do a comparison of those. But I love that ring. I love it so much. I think it's big and honkin' and statement, and it's amethyst. For amethyst being quartz and being so common, I love it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with amethyst. So I'll wrap it up there because this took forever, but I hope you enjoyed that kind of look. I enjoyed going through my jewelry, and I'm sorry, I know I'm missing a couple pieces, but I'll definitely do some more videos on my JTV collection and other jewelry collection, and I hope that you're all doing well, and I will see you next time. Thank you.